dear aspirants, welcome to Epitomize. So the UPSC CSC exam was conducted today and we have the question paper here of the general studies and we'll try and do a quick analysis and explanation of the answer key. First, let us start with the Indian polity of this particular paper. If you see here, the first question is there. Who was the provincial president of the Constituent Assembly before Dr. Rajendra Prasad took over? So option A, C. Rajagopalachari. Option B, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Option C, T.T. Krishnamachari. And option D, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. Actually, we solved this question in one of the PYQs. We were talking about this particular thing which was asked in this question. So if you see the first meeting which was happened in the 9th December of 1949, this particular meeting of Constituent Assembly before the election of Rajendra Prasad, we had appointed the oldest member of the Constituent Assembly as the first president. Who is the oldest member? That is Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. He was the oldest member of the Constituent Assembly. So he was appointed as the first president of the Constituent Assembly. So he was a provincial president. Then later, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the president of Constituent Assembly. So the correct answer would be option D, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. So we have the next question here. With reference to the Government of India Act 1935, consider the following statements. Statement 1, it provided for the establishment of an All India Federation based on the union of the British Indian province and princely state. Statement 2, defense and foreign affairs were kept under the control of federal legislature. So if you see the Government of India Act 1935, yes, is provided for the establishment of All India Federation with the union of both British Indian province and the princely state. Yes, this particular statement is correct. If you see the second statement, they are saying that the defense and the foreign affairs, it was kept under the control of federal legislature. Under this act, they have divided the list into federal and the provincial. So the federal list, it was related to the federal legislature. Those subjects were under the control of the federal legislature. So one of the subjects is defense and foreign affairs. So this particular statement is also correct. So the correct answer would be C, both 1 and 2. So we have the next question here. As per Article 368 of the Constitution of India, the Parliament may amend any provision of the Constitution by way of addition, variation and repeal. Yes, it is true. By Article 368 of the Constitution, it talks about the amendment procedure of the Constitution and it also talks about these three ways of amending a Constitution, that is addition, variation and repeal. So the correct answer would be D, 1, 2 and 3. And the next question is, which of the following statements are correct in respect of money bill in the Parliament? Statement 1 says that Article 109 mentions special procedure in respect of money bill. Yes, this is true. Article 109 talks about the special procedure which is related to the money bill. So this statement is correct. Second statement, a money bill shall not be introduced in Council of State. What is Council of State? Council of State is nothing but the Rajya Sabha. Yes, it is true. The money bill should only be initiated in the Lok Sabha and it shall not be initiated in the Rajya Sabha. So we can say that this particular statement is correct. A money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. Then if you see the third statement, the Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes but cannot reject it. Is that true? Yes, the Rajya Sabha, it can either approve the bill, money bill, or it can suggest any changes which it want, but it can't reject the bill. It can't reject the money bill. Okay. So this particular statement is also correct. And if you see the fourth statement, amendments to the money bill suggested by the Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha. Is it true? The Rajya Sabha, it can suggest some of the changes in that particular money bill, but it is not obligatory for the Lok Sabha to accept those suggestions. So the Lok Sabha is free to decide whether it want to accept the suggestions or it does not want to accept the suggestions. So if you see this statement, this is wrong because the amendment to the money bill suggested by the Rajya Sabha, it does not have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is 1, 2, 3. Option C is the correct answer. So the next question is the Northeast Council, established by the Northeast Council Act of 1971. Subsequent to the amendment of Northeast Council Act in 2002, the council comprises of which of the following members? They're simply asking what is the composition of the Northeast Council. Statement 1, Governor of the constituent state. Yes, the governors are included. Chief Minister of the constituent state. Yes, the chief ministers of that particular states are also included. Then 3 members to be nominated by the President of India. Yes, this is also correct. 3 members to be nominated by the President of India to the particular council. And they have given the fourth statement as Home Minister of India. No, there is no provision of Home Minister of India in this particular council. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is 1, 2, 3. Option A is the correct answer. So the next question is, how many delimitation commissions have been constituted by the Government of India till December 2023? So if you see, we have actually committed the delimitation committees, one in 1952, then in 1963, then in 1973, then in 2002. We have already constituted 4 delimitation committees. So the next delimitation committee would be constituted after 2026. So far till December 2023, we have constituted only 4 delimitation committees. So the answer is D, 4. So the next question is, the Constitution 71st Amendment Act of 1992, it amends the 8th schedule to the Constitution to include which of these particular languages? So they are asking in 71st Amendment Act 1992, they have added some of the languages to the 8th schedule of the Constitution. So which of these languages are added to the 8th schedule of the Constitution in 71st Amendment Act? So the answer would be yes, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali. So the answer would be 1, 2 and 3. So the answer is option A. And Maithili, this was added in the 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 2003. So the next question, they have given the parties here, this side, and they have given matching pairs of which of the leaders are related to that particular party. So the first option they have given is Bharatiya Janata Sangh. It is related to Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Yes, this is correct. This Bharatiya Jana Sangh, this is related to Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. And the second statement is Socialist Party. It is related to Rajagopalachari. No, this is Socialist Party is not related to Rajagopalachari. And if you clearly see here, the Socialist Party is related to Acharya Narendra Dev. And the Swatantrata Party, this is related to Rajagopalachari. So we can say these two particular pairs are wrong. Then the third pair is Congress for Democracy. Yes, this is related to Jagjeevan Ram. So how many of the pairs are correct? Only 2 pairs are correct. So the option D is the correct answer. So the next question is, which of the following statements are correct about the Constitution of India? Statement 1. Powers of municipalities are given in Part 9A of the Constitution. Yes, this is true. The powers of the municipalities are actually mentioned in Part 9A of the Constitution. Statement 2. Emergency provisions are given in Part 18 of the Constitution. Yes, this is also correct. Part 18 is actually related to the emergency provisions. And if you see the statement 3, the provisions related to amendment of the Constitution are given in part 20 of the Constitution. Yes, this particular statement is also correct because part 20 talks about the amendment of the Constitution. So what is the correct answer? Answer is 1, 2 and 3. Option D is the correct answer. So we have the next question. Which one of the following statements is correct as per the Constitution of India? Statement A, interstate trade and commerce is a state subject under state list. No, this interstate trade and commerce is actually related to the union list. It is not related to the state list. So this particular statement is wrong. If you see option B, interstate migration. Interstate migration is a state subject under state list. Again, this is wrong because interstate migration is related to union list. And if you see statement 3, that is interstate quarantine is a union subject under a union list. Yes, this is true. This is correct. The interstate quarantine is related to the union list. And if you see the statement 4, that is statement D, corporation tax is a state subject under the state list. This is also wrong because the corporation tax is related to union list. So we can also eliminate this option. So the correct answer is option C. So the next question, under which of the following articles of the Constitution of India has the Supreme Court of India placed right to privacy? This is a very basic question. We have already solved this type of question in one of the PYQ series. So the right to privacy is the part of right to speech and expression, which is part of Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. So the correct answer is option D, Article 21. So the next question is, which of the following statements about the Ethics Committee in Lok Sabha are correct? Statement 1, initially it was an ad hoc committee. What is an ad hoc committee? Ad hoc committee is something, those committees which are set up for any specific issue. For that specific issue, these committees are set up for a temporary period. So that is ad hoc committee. Yes, initially this ethics committee, it was set up as an ad hoc committee, but now it is not a part of ad hoc committee, it is part of a standing committee. But they are saying that initially it was an ad hoc committee. So yes, this statement is correct. And if you see statement 2, only a member of Lok Sabha can make a complaint relating to unethical conduct of a member of Lok Sabha. So they are talking about the ethics committee of Lok Sabha, but not necessarily the member of Lok Sabha. Only they can raise a complaint. No, this is wrong because anyone can raise a complaint against the member of Lok Sabha. But if other than the member of Lok Sabha is raising this particular complaint, it should have the support of any member of the Lok Sabha. But it is not necessarily that only the member of Lok Sabha can raise the complaint. So this is wrong. Anyone can raise the complaint with the support of a member of Lok Sabha. So this statement is wrong. Statement 3, this committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. This is correct. What is sub judice? Sub judice is nothing but if there is any matter which is under the court, which is under the trial by any court of law, then those particular matters cannot be taken by the ethics committee. So this statement is also correct. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is 1 and 3. That is option C is the correct answer. So we have the next question. With reference to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. While any resolution for the removal of the Speaker of Lok Sabha is in consideration, statement 1, he or she shall not preside. Yes, when there is a resolution of removal of a Speaker of Lok Sabha is in consideration, the Speaker cannot preside the particular house. So this particular statement is correct. And if you see the second statement, he shall not have the right to speak. No, he have the right to speak, but he can't preside that particular session. Then he or she shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. No, this is wrong because he is entitled to vote only in the first instant. He can vote in the first instance. So this particular statement is also wrong. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is only A. Only one statement. A is the correct answer. So the next question is, with reference to the Indian Parliament, consider the following statements. Statement 1, a bill pending in Lok Sabha lapses on its dissolution. When the Lok Sabha, it is a temporary body, so it will have a automatic dissolution after 5 years. So they are saying that when the Lok Sabha is on the dissolution, then the bill pending in the Lok Sabha will also get lapsed. Yes, this is true. When a bill is pending in Lok Sabha and the Lok Sabha is dissolved, then that particular bill will be lapsed. So the statement 1 is correct. Then if you see the statement 2, a bill passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha, it also lapses on the dissolution of Lok Sabha. Yes, this is true. When a bill is already passed by the Lok Sabha, but it is pending in the Rajya Sabha, then this particular bill will be lapsed when the Lok Sabha is dissolved. So this statement is also correct. Then statement 3, a bill in regard to which the President of India notified his or her intention to summon the houses for joint sitting lapses on the dissolution of Lok Sabha. So they are saying that when there is a disagreement between the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha regarding any particular bill, and the President is summoning both those houses for joint sitting, then they are saying that particular bill will lapse. No, this is wrong. This particular bill will not lapse. The new Lok Sabha will be coming, and again the joint sitting will be happening. So this particular bill will not lapse. So this statement is wrong. So what is the correct statement? Statement 1 and 2 are correct. That is option B is the correct answer. So the next question is, with reference to Parliament of India, consider the following statements. Prorogation of House by the President of India does not require the advice of Council of Ministers. So if you notice, most of the decisions which are taken by the President, it should require the advice of the Council of Ministers. Very few discretionary power the President has. So this is not one of the discretionary power to prorogue a house. So he requires the advice of the Council of Ministers. So this statement is wrong. Statement 2, prorogation of a house is generally done after the house is adjourned sine die. Yes, the adjourned sine die is done by the presiding officer. So after this adjourned sine die, the President, he calls for the prorogation. But what they are saying, but there is no bar to the President of India proroguing the house which is in session. Yes, most of the cases when the house is already not in session, the President prorogue for this particular session. But sometimes, yes, there are cases in which when the house is already in session, the President calls for the prorogation. So this particular statement is correct. Statement 3, dissolution of Lok Sabha is done by the President of India, who, save in exceptional cases, circumstances, does so on the advice of Council of Ministers. Yes, as we already saw, the Lok Sabha, it will go through a automatic dissolution after 5 years. But there are some cases when the President can go for the dissolution of Lok Sabha with the advice of the Council of Ministers. So this particular statement is also correct. So what is the correct answer? That is 2 and 3. Option C is the correct answer. So that's all, students. We have done with this Indian polity today. So let us see in the next session. Thank you.